What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another ranked sim video utilizing the Bonney strategy. So still going with the same list as the previous video. If you didn't watch that one, obviously go watch it, but also I cut Jewelry Bonney from 2 to 1, bumped up 10 drop Dofi from 3 to 4. I like it a lot so far. Bonney doesn't miss as often, which is really, Baby 5 doesn't miss as often, so that's really nice. Otherwise, in terms of these games, so 4 more games on the sim, on the ranked ladder, using the OP bounty application, and it's going to be against all law decks. I just happened to play 4 laws in a row, so we're gonna watch. I think this is the first one. No, this is the 4th one. Because I played them in a row, so you could we'll start out when my elo is lower up to higher after these, as the games go on. So this is the first match against RP Law. I'm gonna choose to go second in this one for obvious reasons, I feel like. Bonney into a Bartolomeo, and so far hand looks alright. He's gonna go 8 and not even clear the Bonney, which I thought was weird, but if I wanted to, I maybe could have searched with Bonney, play the Bartolomeo, but I decided to go with the Uruk blocker. It's a blocker. It is very easily outable, but he is going to play Kid, bottom the Bonney, and then -3 to play Sanji. I'm going to be able to tap the Kid with my leader effect. I'm going to play Cavendish and just swing 8 into the Kid because I really wanted to clear it. But he is going to block with the Sanji, which is marginally better, marginally worse on the field than Kid, so I guess it's fair. It's a positive trade for me, so that's fine. He's going to play the Gordon -3 to the Cavendish. Also going to hard play a Reiju, draw 2. So getting insane advantage off the rip, but can only play a Zoro Juro and decides not to swing, so I can't tap anything, but that's fine because I'm going into Hody Jones. I could understand that play from the opponent if they did it on my, when I'm going to Tindon, but they must not know the deck list is on 4 Hody Jones, so gonna kill the 2 characters, and I am gonna swing with the Uruk for 6 just to try to put him down closer. You could argue that I shouldn't do that because I don't want to give him a card, but they're gonna draw 2 with Reiju anyway if I don't do that, or if I do it, so I feel like it's whatever at this point. And I just want to kill them faster, but also you could argue I shouldn't have done that. So they're gonna -3 to the Hody Jones, swing 5. I will counter to make them have the second one. They do have the second one, of course, and can play another Reiju to draw another 2 cards, and playing a Bon Clay in the process, which is super annoying because I really wanted to play Tin Drop. So we'll see how we'll navigate this one. I'm gonna go 5/5. I think since he played the Bon Clay, I pivoted away from the Tin Drop and just played Basil Hawkins and Bartolomeo. Put 2 blockers on the board. He is going to be able to go to 7 rather than 10, though. Which is better than 10. Gonna go 7 into the Uruk. I'm gonna tap the Reiju and block with the Bartolomeo because it's very easily removable. So I might as well block while I got it. He's gonna play a Queen into another Bon Clay, and then go 6. I'll just free block. Pass turn, so now I think I just have to 10 drop. Try to get him to block with the queen, I guess. So I'm gonna go 5 at life. Probably 5-7 at life, and just he took a 5, so it's kind of huge. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of counter in hand. We'll raise you the second one, and then I'll go 7. Will end up tapping the blocker because he must not have a lot of counter in hand, and then I'll just 10 drop, pass, and I was right. Didn't have a lot of counter in hand. Wasn't gonna be able to kill me through that. Oh, so not a lot of counter. Only had 2-1, and he drew this for turn, I believe. So he only had a 2k in hand with the Shachi. So 10 drop here. Yeah, he has 2 swings to my 3 life, and I'm going to be able to tap either the Bonney or the leader. So, like, at most, he's going to have 3 swings with double kid killer Bonney, and I have 3 life, so it was game. Getting to the next one. Alright, so this is a second RP log game. I'm going to mulligan my hand into a triple baby 5. My hand's not the worst ever. I do have Basil Hawkins and Hody Jones, but I'll just play the baby 5 and use the ability. He will swing 8 into it. Alright, and I think maybe this was a misplay. I do go double baby 5 because he didn't play a card last turn. But I maybe should have just played the Urug. But I just always feel like Urug is so easily outable, but I should have considered that, you know, if he does remove the Urug, at the very least he can't kid first. Or he can't kid at all that turn. Kid blocker. Because he's going to 5. Whereas, like, double baby 5, he can just swing into it and bottom deck the other. So maybe I should have considered that. I didn't. And maybe it was better to Urug, but I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Because if I can stick to Urug, like if he still goes for the kid into penguin play, I can, this turn, play Cavendish and still have a Dawn standing with the Urug on the field. So maybe it was just better to play the Urug, probably. He's going to go 5. I'm going to give him a 1k counter. I don't want to go down too low because of Hody. We'll take a 7. He's got a -3 to play Bonney. And then go 7, and I'll just block, or go 8, block 2k. Now I can finally play my Hody, swing 5 into the Bonney, swing 7 into the Shachi, and then swing 8 into the kid, hold 1 up for leader ability. They will counter out of that one, so pretty scary. Has a Gordon, so they can go 6 into 4 here. I'm gonna tap the blocker, the kid blocker. Maybe I should save this in all reality. But he still had a queen swing. I don't know. But yeah, if I save that, then he has to swing queen into it, and I get to keep the Hody probably, maybe, if he doesn't have a second Gordon before the Reiju. I will just 10 drop the field past turn. He's gonna play a Nico Robin, and then swing 7. Gotta take that. And then play swing 8 now. Maybe I should, yeah. And then and I misclicked there. I meant to discard double 2k, but I discarded a 1k instead of the 2k, so I had to discard the other 1k. So it's just in the play misplay. I obviously would have just discarded 2 2ks. And now I'm gonna play Hody. I feel like I have to go down to 1 here. They're gonna go 9. I'm gonna tap the raise you. Take it and I get a kid, so maybe the kid's can get me out of this. Next turn, but they just have the kid killer. Nope, they don't. They have the Ein. Faked myself out. Go 5. 8 at life because he can only put an 8. He can only get to 8 twice with how much Donnie has and the characters on board. So the third 5k monster isn't gonna matter. But he has a Tomna. Kill the bottom deck the Resonante. And it's probably just game, right? Yeah, I feel like I played that game pretty sloppily. I probably should have just played the Urog so I didn't give him super value on his 5 down turn. I think that was probably the biggest misplay of the game, and there was multiple. Inclusive not countering out of spots I probably should have countered out of. I think whenever he swung the first, when I was at 3 life and he swung the first 7. This swing, I definitely should have countered out of that. He's still gonna play another, he's still gonna be able to play Kid Killer, but I probably can get out of that too, maybe, I don't know, to be honest. Or maybe I should have just not played Hody and just played like Cavendish, Corazon, swing 6, or Cavendish, Urog, swing 5 with leader. I don't know, but something to think about going into the next game. It's another RP law, so third RP law in a row. Gonna make me go first. I'm gonna play baby 5 into the 0 drop event, and swing 6. Pass turn. He's gonna go 5 into life. I'll take it and just play a Bonclay. I get a third Hody. That's kind of crazy. I wish I could punish him for not removing the baby 5, but I don't have a 4 drop. I only have the 5 drop Bonney, so play that and stun a Don. He's gonna be able to go 6 with the Bonclay. Didn't mean to do whatever that was. Okay, and he's gonna go 5 with leader, play queen. I'm gonna discard a card for both swings, so because I have 3 Hody in hand. Then he's gonna, do the law thing, play Gordon, play a Shachi, pass turn. I'm gonna go into a Basil Hawkins. So, arguably could have just played Basil, kept one standing. What I probably should have done is like swing 1 into the Bonclay to see if he blocks with queen or gives me a card, and then decide what to do. But I think I was going to be forced to play Hody no matter what, because he's been pretty aggressive with his. I think he's been pretty aggressive with his blocks so far, or like showed me that he knows how to block earlier, or maybe it was the last guy who did that, so I just didn't want to take the risk. So I might as well just tap it for free with Hody. He will play the Missile Sunday to gain a Dawn draw card, play Automna, play Gordon. Bottom deck the Hody, play Raise You, draw 2 fresh cards, Pot of Greed. But only for one deck, only one deck's allowed to have Pot of Greed. And then pass turn. I'm gonna go 5 into Deshachi, probably just gonna play Hody. Going to another no counter card. So really struggling on the counter side of things. I get a 10-drop Dofi because I think I'm gonna need it to like win this game. But I maybe probably should have just took the 2K because I have 0 counter. Well, I have a 2 and a 1 because of the 0 drop. He's gonna go 5, I'm just gonna take it. I'm really afraid he's gonna go for game right here. Yeah, I probably should have just took the 2K because he's gonna be able to kill the Bonney, or sorry, the baby 5 with the Automna, and then another Automna and another Raise Max. Because they never not have it. Bottom 3, play Raise You, draw 2 more cards. And here the opponent gets very defensive. I don't know why they're playing so defensive. They go 9, or you go 6 instead of 9 at life. And like if they go 9, I probably lose. Because I'll have Raise You next turn to just swing 50, or you know, however many they can swing, 11. And then they hit the Nico Robin, so I'm like, okay, it's game anyway, it doesn't matter. But they decide to go 5. I actually take it, and you know, the luckiest trigger of my, so I was probably just die right there. Obviously I should have countered out of that, but I was very tilted. I was not thinking I was gonna be able to get a trigger. But I get the lucky trigger, hit the blocker, and opponent can still go 10 at life, and I lose. But I guess they decide not to risk it and go 7, so I can get out of it. And then they're gonna play a blocker, and then -3 into a kick killer, and I lose. Just kidding, they just play the Sanji blocker. And so I can tap it with Hody Jones and win the game. I don't know why they did what they did. They didn't have a rusher, so that's huge. Probably a big reason why. They just didn't think of Hody Jones. I mean, there's a reason they call him the GOAT, the Goaty Joan. So definitely shouldn't have won that game. The 0 drop event saved me, but honestly, that guy might not have swung with the Shiraya anyway. If you saw that I could counter out of the 7, if you swung 7 with the that just depends how he breaks up his swings, I guess. But yeah, I definitely should have countered out of that first swing, that 5 swing probably, just to give myself like a fighting chance in the case I did get that trigger. But I just played pretty poorly because I was tilted from the last game too. Anyway. Alright, we'll go into the last game of this series. Surprise, surprise, another RP Law. And I mulligan my hand because I have 4 searchers, I believe. Hold on, let's look back at what the mull hand was. Yeah, 4 searchers and a Cavendish going second. So like, probably not the best hand ever. And then I mulligan into possibly the worst hand I've ever drew in my life, regardless of game or leader choice. A 4 2K counter and a 3-drop blocker hand. Going second. Or no, yeah, going second. Okay, then I rip a 2-drop blocker. Crazy. Yep. And then I get a 2K to life, and then I draw a 2K for turn. So I probably have, like, this combination of cards is probably the worst combination of cards I've seen in a long time. You know, 2Ks that literally don't do anything on the field. And then blockers that are under, like, one is over 4K, I guess you could say. Like, you could argue that's pretty good. So I'm gonna try and win, but we'll see. I'm gonna go 5 at life and play the Bartolomeo. He's gonna go 5 at life with Zoro. I can tap the leader, and I do rip a kid, so that kind of just turns on the entire hand. Assuming I can get to my late dawn turn, and then I get a 10 drop, so that's pretty crazy. But still nothing to do on this turn, honestly. I will go 6 into the Zoro, and for some reason they decide to block in 1K. So I'm like astonished by my hand, and my opponent is just making the most unhinged plays of all time across the field for me. And I don't even notice it because I'm just staring at this awful hand. And then I just play Corazon pass with a Dawn standing. They're gonna put 1 into Zorajiro. Oh, and if you didn't catch it, he blocked out of a 6 swing at it with a queen, and then counter out of another 6 swing into 4. He's gonna play an Iron, get a Dawn, and then bottom deck the Corazon, and then swing into my Bartolomeo, get a Dawn back. I'm gonna tap the queen to try and limit the pressure, and he's gonna swing 7, and I'll take it. I'm going to swing 4 into the Zorajiro, thinking surely he's gonna give it up, right? No, he doesn't. And then I'll just go 8 into the queen. Goes down to 2 cards in hand, though. You know, arguably, it actually probably was a better play now that I'm like watching this game back, to play the Hody first, swing into the Raise Max to ensure that it dies, and then swing into the queen. Yeah, that was just 100% a better play. So they're gonna go 7, get a Dawn. I'm gonna, you know, tap the Ein, and they're gonna go 11 into the Hody. There's just no way I can save it. I feel like I really just need to protect this kid. But they do give me perfect 10 drop value, so I will 10 drop. And I have a life, so I'm not like worried about just a rogue kid killer coming out of nowhere. They do play blocker, raise max. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go, you know, they have no cards in hand, so I'm just gonna clear your board and play my kid. Obviously, it's gonna get answered very easily. And I can't even play anything valuable off of it, so I pass turn. They're going to minus 3,000 to the kid. So now it's a 5K. They're gonna go 12. I'm gonna tap the Shariah and let it go. You know, once again, arguably could have swung at the raise max here, because now he has another Gordon raise. They never not have double Gordon raise max. Isn't that crazy? He had it last turn. He just didn't have to use it. And then I play a Bonney, hoping to grab any sort of top end whatsoever, like anything worthwhile. And I get a Cavendish, like, you know, a Basil or a kid, essentially. So now my hand is just 2K counters. But, you know, the opponent's down bad themselves. I'll say that much. But they do rip a queen off the top. They can draw a card, draw 2, discard 1, and establish a blocker. They will minus 3,000 to the kid. I'm really thinking about protecting this, but the issue with protecting it, obviously, is that they can just bottom deck with the raise max to make it another 3,000, and then minus 3 to bottom deck it, play something. And like, now I'm in a situation where I just wasted 3 2Ks. But they will bottom the Bonney instead, and then play the Bon Clay. So now I just, but they have no cards in hand, so that's, you know, big. So I just need to put him in a spot to hopefully bait this queen out, swing 5, and he blocks, and I can kill the queen and maybe live next turn. We'll definitely live next turn. But I'm also like, dude, I have a ton of counter in hand. So I'm just gonna try and bait out this queen. Even if they don't take the bait, I'm still gonna swing it, you know, still swing at life. Put them on a 2-turn kill. If they can't kill me this turn, I'm gonna kill them next turn. So I'll go 5. And they hit the Nico Robin. Can you believe it? This dude has had all the luck. He hasn't been playing very well, I feel like, but sometimes you don't need to whenever you're ripping Nico Robin on the game shot. On the game shot turn. He is going to go 10 at life with the Bon Clay. I'm going to tap the blocker and counter out. Eventually, I really think hard about it, but there's just no way I don't counter out. I have to hope that he just miscalculates or under assumes how much Dawn I have or how much counter I have in hand. And also hope that he doesn't have the Kid Killer. So I'm going to counter out of that. They're going to go 9-9. I'm going to get out of the first one. That way, if they swing 9 again, I can get out of the Kid Killer swing. But instead, they're actually going to go 6 at life with the Raise Max, interestingly enough, and then use it to bottom deck the Cavendish, I'm assuming they didn't have the Kid Killer, but I think they did have the Kid Killer. They concede because they have no counter in hand, but either way, yeah, I think even if they had the Kid Killer, it won, so maybe. Yeah, because they go 9 with leader, I take it, and then they go 7 with Kid Killer. I can counter out of that. If they go 7 leader, I just counter out of that. If they go, I think if they go 7 at leader, yeah, if they go 7 at leader, I have to counter out of it, and maybe they can. No, they wouldn't be able to do anything. So, I think even with the Kid Killer, I won on that turn because of how much counter I had in hand. There was actually someone in the comments asking about how like 9 2K counters wasn't enough, but I think I explain it in the comments, so just go look at the comments and read it. But I explain it better on paper. Is just, you know, the fact that the leader can always tap a character per turn means you don't have to counter as much, meaning you don't need that many 2K counters. And I just never have been in a spot where I felt like I needed more 2Ks. You know, I've been in plenty of spots, like this one right here, where I had too many 2K counters, but never really in a spot where I didn't have enough, because the leader just blanks a swing a turn. So, and you play a, you know, kid with the blockers and stuff, so. Either way, let's get into the list one more time, just to show it off before we sign off this video. Here's all the cards. Hody. Someone was also asking about Hody Jones in the comments. Like, why is 4 Hody necessary? I think just go watch those games one more time. You'll see that Hody Jones won many of the games by himself. If he wasn't in the deck, you don't win the RP Law matchup pretty much. You just get wrecked. But either way, GG's to all those guys. Oh wait, no, sorry. One more thing. I wanted to show off the ranking. The new rank. 1 second. Pulling up OP Bonney. It won't move to my... The screen is so little that it's hard to move it. Okay, there it is. Okay. So as you can see, I am now a supernova. And I have about a 30, I think it says 30, almost 350 million berry bounty. I think that's what that means. So we're getting up there in the ranks. You can see those 4 matches I just played. The second loss. But sitting at an 83.9% win rate, 26-5. Either way, GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to PlaciBeachX3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.